The silence shattered like glass. A piercing static ripped through the darkness, and the voice, cold, metallic, inhuman, cut through the air like a blade. "They're already here." Time didn't slow, it stopped. Power grids blinked out across the globe, cell towers fell silent, and every screen flared with a pulse of encoded light. People froze mid-breath. Panic hadn't begun, disbelief came first. Then, a low hum, a rhythmic, unnatural cadence, built from the static. It wasn't noise. It was language. It was calling. Government systems scrambled. Officials shouted into radios that no longer worked. Somewhere deep beneath Washington, an emergency council gathered. But the damage was done. The transmission had seeded itself into every broadcast, every mind. And in a shadowy bedroom, lit only by flickering screens, our protagonists sat upright in bed, drenched in sweat. Their name was Alex Renn, 32, military dropout, haunted, broken, but now chosen. They didn't just hear it, they felt it. "We've been waiting for you," the voice echoed again. A tear slid down Alex's cheek. The invasion had begun. Alex stumbled from bed, bare feet hitting cold hardwood. He fumbled for the remote, but every channel was the same. Static and glyphs. No signal, no news anchors, just the strange hum. Outside, car alarms wailed without cause. In the hallway, neighbors banged on doors, shouting for answers. Alex opened his front door and looked up. The sky wasn't right. There were no stars. Just a swirling green mist, faint and pulsing like a heartbeat. Then, his phone buzzed. One notification. "We are here." No sender. None. No app. Just those words, stamped across the screen. Alex whispered, "What the hell is this?" A sudden vision crashed into him. Unfamiliar planets, machinery the size of continents, beings cloaked in light and metal. He gasped, fell to his knees, and the voice returned. "Softer now. You were always meant to hear us." The neighborhood descended into chaos. Sirens howled, dogs barked, and someone screamed in the distance. Alex backed into his apartment, heart racing. He grabbed his duffel bag from under the bed, a relic from his military days. His hands shook as he unzipped it, revealing a pistol, flashlight, and dog tags. Dusty but ready. A knock at his door startled him. His neighbor, old Mrs. Halberd, pale and trembling, said, "I've taken my son, he's gone." Alex's eyes narrowed. He pulled her inside just as the apartment shook violently. Books tumbled. Lights went out. In the distance, a red light pierced the mist, and the deep vibration of something massive moving overhead filled the night. Alex whispered, "It's already starting." A flash of light engulfed the neighborhood. Alex dove over his neighbor, shielding her. Outside, silence returned, unnatural, suffocating. The two emerged to find cars dead, devices melted, and a glowing symbol burned into the asphalt, a perfect circle with interlocking triangles. Alex approached it slowly. The shape pulsed softly, alive. As he reached out, the hum intensified. A rush of memories, not his, flooded his mind. Wars in alien skies, betrayals, ancient oaths. The symbol responded to his presence. From deep inside, he heard a whisper, clearer now. "You are the weapon, you are the key." Alex stumbled back, gasping. "Why me?" he asked the void. Alex fled back inside, dragging Mrs. Halberd with him. He slammed the door shut, heart hammering. "This is no invasion," he muttered. "This is a message." He grabbed his laptop, praying it still worked. Miraculously, it powered on, but the OS had changed. Alien text scrolled across the screen. He recognized none of it, except for one line, "Command sequence, active." His fingertips moved without thought, typing code he didn't know. Mrs. Halberd watched in horror. "You're one of them," she whispered. Alex shook his head. "I don't know what I am." Outside, thunder cracked, not from clouds, but from the sky itself tearing open. The world would never be the same. Not for him. Not for anyone. Alex didn't sleep. He couldn't. The whispers in his head had become steady, calm, methodical, instructive. Symbols scrolled behind his eyes even when they were shut. Morning came, but the sun didn't rise. A pale gray mist hung low, diffusing the sky into colorless silence. Outside, neighbors packed their cars, shouting, sobbing, fleeing nowhere. Alex moved differently now, deliberate, focused. He gathered tools, batteries, the pistol. When he opened his laptop again, the alien interface now showed Earth's map overlaid with pulsing red dots. One was directly over his location. His breath caught. Then the knock came again, but this time not from Mrs. Halbert. This knock was slower, heavier. 3 thuds. Pause. 3 more. A military pattern. Alex raised his weapon. "Who's there?" A calm voice answered. "Sergeant Renn, we've come for you." He froze. No one should know that name. No one should know he was ever military. Alex opened the door slowly, weapon low but ready. Outside stood 3 figures in matte black tactical gear, no insignias, no country, no names. The leader, a woman with stern features and gray-streaked hair under her helmet, removed her visor. "You're activated. We need to move." Alex hesitated. Activated for what? She didn't answer. Instead, she held up a device, a small silver cube. It blinked once, and Alex felt the voice again surge inside him. But this time it wasn't speaking, it was scanning. The cube lit red. The woman nodded. "He's one of them." Panic rushed through Alex. One of what? Another soldier aimed a scanner at him and symbols appeared in the air. "Human," he muttered. "But augmented." Alex backed away. "You need to tell me what's happening now." The woman sighed. "You're a node. They designed you to connect." Her words cracked something deep inside him. Alex sat in the back of the armored vehicle as it rumbled through the ghost town. Nice purple, to a Galactic ghost town. Streets were littered with empty cars, abandoned strollers, flickering signs. Inside the vehicle, the air was tense. The female operative, now identified as Commander Reyes, tapped on a touchscreen, showing Alex a decades-old classified file. Project Horizon, Human Extraterrestrial Integration Initiative. He read his parents' names in the first paragraph. Shock overtook him. "My family was involved." Reyes nodded. "You weren't born. You were engineered. The signal wasn't meant to reach Earth. It was meant to activate you." He stared at her, voice cracking. "So, what am I?" She replied quietly. "A bridge between species." Alex stared out the window, his world dismantled in real time. His past wasn't real. His future wasn't human. They arrived at a hidden base buried deep in an abandoned missile silo. As the metal doors closed behind them, Reyes led Alex through sterile corridors echoing with distant machinery. They entered a room pulsing with alien tech, floating interfaces, holographic projections, and a tall black obelisk at the center. Alex stepped closer. His breath caught as the obelisk reacted to him, symbols aligning along its surface. A loud tone rang out. Alarms flared, but not in warning. The obelisk was recognizing him. "It's sensing," Reyes whispered. Technicians scrambled, tracking data flowing into the structure. One muttered, "This is unprecedented." Alex reached out. The symbols moved, forming his name in alien script. "It knows me," he said. A single phrase burned into the room's screens. "Access granted. Phase 1 complete." Reyes stepped back, eyes wide. "You just started something we can't control." Later that night, Alex sat alone in a dim-lit chamber, the obelisk still humming faintly behind glass. A monitor replayed a fragmented message in alien script, slowly translating into English. It read, "Your kind made promises. Now it is time to answer." Reyes entered quietly. We think they've been watching since the Cold War. Maybe longer. Your family helped keep them at bay until they went dark. Alex looked up, weary. And now they want payment? Reyes didn't answer. She placed a small data drive on the table. This has footage of your father, the real him, not the story they told you. As she left, Alex inserted the drive. His father appeared, younger, terrified, looking into a camera. If you're watching this, they found you, and that means they're coming. The feed cut out. Outside, the sky crackled green again. It had only just begun. The next morning, the sky was blood orange. Thick clouds churned like boiling metal. The base trembled slightly, as if something massive had stirred beneath the earth. Alex was summoned to the strategy chamber where a wall of screens showed world governments denying everything. Mass hallucinations, one anchor reported. Solar flares, said another. Reyes slammed her fist on the table. They're lying. Every one of them. Alex stared at footage showing the same symbol that had burned into his street, now appearing in Tokyo, Cairo, São Paulo. They're marking us, he said. Reyes nodded. Not just marking, cataloging, preparing. A young analyst burst into the room. Commander, we intercepted a command pulse. She played the audio. It was that voice again, distorted and layered. Execute Phase 2, eliminate unaligned assets. Reyes froze. Alex whispered, they're not just coming, they're cleaning house. That night, Alex couldn't shake the feeling he was being watched. The corridors seemed darker, the shadows longer. He stepped into the lower research level, silent, abandoned. Something felt off. As he moved past storage chambers, a flicker of movement caught his eye. He raised his weapon. Who's there? He called. Silence. Then, a hiss. The light snapped off. In the dark he saw glowing eyes, 3 of them perfectly vertical. He fired once. The creature dodged effortlessly, darting through the air like liquid metal. Emergency lights revealed a humanoid figure. Not quite human, not quite alien. Stop, he shouted. It paused, tilted its head, and whispered, you're not ready. Then it vanished, leaving only a strange fluid dripping where it stood. Alex stood frozen. Someone, something, had infiltrated the base. And it wasn't alone. The breach triggered a lockdown. Sirens screamed. Doors slammed shut. Reyes led the security sweep, barking orders. Full spectrum scan. Find it? But no trace of the intruder remained. Just residue that defied chemical analysis. In the lab, Dr. Tall, a specialist in xenogenetics, approached Alex. Whatever that was, it wasn't here to kill you. It was testing you. He showed Alex DNA scans. You've changed. Your blood contains sequences that didn't exist last week. Alex stared at the readouts, voice tight. You mean I'm mutating? Tall nodded. Or being rewritten. Alex backed away, panic flaring in his chest. What's happening to me? Tall whispered. They're preparing you for something bigger. Behind them, an alarm blared. Another breach. And this time, it wasn't subtle. Base footage revealed the unthinkable. The intruder wasn't foreign. It had entered using Rhea's personal access codes. She watched in silence, jaw clenched. Someone inside let it in, she said. Her voice cracked, not with fear, but rage. Reyes and Alex convened the leadership team. Paranoia splintered the group. Everyone had secrets. Everyone had reasons to betray. Then, a technician flagged a communication ping from inside the base, an outgoing signal masked to appear local. The room fell silent. Reyes turned to Alex. Who do you trust? He hesitated. No one. Moments later, the technician was found unconscious in a comms closet. A strange mark burned onto his wrist, matching the alien glyphs. Reyes stared at it and muttered, They've been here longer than we knew. Alex felt it too. There were agents among them. Watching. Waiting died. Later that night, Alex sat in a dark observation deck overlooking the obelisk chamber. Alone. Or so he thought. A voice broke the silence. You think you're different from us? It was Elias, one of Rhea's most trusted men. Alex turned. You knew? Elias smiled coldly. His eyes shimmered faintly. Not human. You were never meant to choose. You were meant to unlock. Alex's blood ran cold. You're one of them. Elias nodded. I've always been one of you. Without warning, he lunged, but not with a weapon. With a touch. The moment his hand met Alex's chest, a surge of light and memory flooded both of them. Alex screamed. Visions of other worlds, buried machines, and betrayal filled his mind. When the light faded, Elias was gone, vanished. Alex collapsed, alone. Changed again. Alex awoke in the infirmary, drenched in cold sweat. Monitors buzzed softly. But something had shifted. He could hear the machines breathing. Not mechanically but rhythmically alive. Rhea sat beside him, her armor scuffed, her eyes red. You've been unconscious for 12 hours, she said. And while you were out, the world changed again. She handed him a folder. Inside were photos of people across the globe exhibiting the same glyph on their skin as the technician, some even speaking in unknown tongues. It's not just you, Reyes whispered. They've seeded humanity. For decades. Alex's hands trembled. They're waking up. Reyes nodded. And not all of them want to help. Alex looked at his reflection in the mirror across the room. His eyes flickered for a second, gold, not brown. I'm becoming something else, he said. No, Reyes replied. You're becoming what you were always meant to be. In the war chamber, Reyes laid out a map, riddled with heat signatures and transmission echoes. They're coordinating, she said. Human-alien hybrids, sleeper agents, some activated, some still dormant. Alex scanned the red zones, major cities, critical infrastructure, military bases. This isn't random. They're following a network. Reyes added, a network your blood unlocks. Silence thickened. The truth crystallized. He wasn't just a piece in the puzzle. He was the interface. Suddenly, the power flickered. An alert blared. Breach detected. Level 5 biovault. Reyes grabbed her weapon. That's where we kept the captured hybrid tech. Alex followed, heart pounding. As they raced through the corridors, the lights shifted from white to deep amber. Containment failure. Something was being released. Something old. Something Alex could already feel calling to him from the shadows. Level 5 was chaos. Security teams scrambled through smoke-filled hallways, and alarms pulsed like a heartbeat. The vault door was torn open from the inside. Inside, the hybrid tech chamber looked ransacked, containers shattered, fluid spilled, and in the center, a cocoon-like structure pulsing with light. A body lay beside it. Dr. Tall, throat slit, expression frozen in shock. Reyes whispered, "This wasn't sabotage. This was release." Alex approached the cocoon. It pulsed faster with each step he took. The air thickened with static. Then, it opened. A tall figure emerged, eyes glowing blue, body encased in biomechanical armor, breathing calmly. "Protocol initiated," it said. "Interface confirmed." It bowed slightly toward Alex. "We've waited generations for you." Alex stepped back, stunned. "What are you?" The figure answered, "I am Phase 3. The being, now called Voron, spoke in flawless English with eerie cadence. "The Earth you know is a curated experiment, seeded, manipulated, monitored. Your ancestors made a pact to ensure survival in exchange for compliance." Alex felt his body tremble. "And what happens if we refuse?" Voron tilted its head. "You already have. The others are coming. They will not be as civil." Reyes demanded answers. Voron revealed a hologram, a star map connecting Earth to dozens of systems. "You are not alone. You never were. You were engineered as emissaries, not soldiers. But your species chose war. The star map zoomed into a section labeled, The Archway Protocol. Alex's heart dropped. That's inside me. Voran confirmed. Your blood activates the final gate, and they will come through it, unless you choose differently. Alex now faced a horrifying truth. He was the gate. Later, Alex sat in the base chapel, empty, quiet, timeless. The stained glass flickered faintly from the outside pulse of the obelisk. He looked up, hands trembling. Reyes entered, silent. You were born to carry a burden no one should, she said. But you have a choice. Alex shook his head. Do I? If I walk away, billions die. If I let them use me, I might not come back as me. Reyes sat beside him. You have more humanity left than anyone I've ever met. He looked down at his palms. Light flickered beneath the skin like trapped stars. I'm becoming the very thing I feared. Reyes reached out, touching his shoulder. Then let that fear guide you, not control you. Outside, lightning rolled across the sky. Alex stood, resolve building. The gate had awakened. Now, he had to decide whether to open it, or destroy it. The command center was silent when Alex entered. All eyes turned to him. He no longer walked like a man. They could feel the energy moving with him, through him. Reyes stood at the central display. They've launched a strike on the relay sites, Tokyo, Johannesburg, Berlin, each one tied to the Archway Protocol. Voran added, once destroyed, the alignment fails. Earth becomes irrelevant. Alex looked at the screen. He recognized the relay symbols now, not as technology but language. A warning. Got caught. They were never meant to activate us. They were meant to contain us. Reyes blinked. Contain what? Alex said softly. What's inside me? A moment later, the siren screamed. The base had been found. Reyes turned to Alex. It's happening, now. He nodded, calm in the storm. Then, let's make our stand count. The base transformed into a war zone. Outside, alien crafts swirled through storm-laced skies, unleashing electromagnetic bursts that knocked out entire defensive lines. Inside, Reyes led the charge through the inner corridors. Voran moved like a phantom, disrupting enemy tech with a flick of his hand. Alex stayed behind, guided to the obelisk chamber by instinct more than orders. The obelisk's glow was now unstable, pulsing like a heart in distress. A voice echoed in his mind. You must choose the path, open the gate, or seal it forever. His hands moved over the symbols. They lit up, responding only to him. As he initiated the command sequence, the walls around him trembled. Outside, screams echoed. The first breach had begun. Alex whispered, not yet. I need more time. But time was something Earth no longer had. Deep beneath the Earth, within the obelisk chamber, the activation sequence neared completion. But then, a scream, sharp and human. Reyes' voice crackled through comms. Alex, it's Elias. He's back. He's not human anymore. Alex froze. He saw it too, on the chamber feed. Elias, transformed, skin threaded with liquid metal, tearing through the security team with precision. Voran confronted him first. Their clash shook the corridor, light and metal colliding. Alex could barely breathe. This wasn't war. It was ritual. A final test. Voran was losing. Alex made his choice. He left the sequence unfinished and sprinted toward the breach, his body now glowing brighter with every step. As he turned a corner, he saw Elias waiting, smile wide and cruel. I told you, Elias said. You were never the weapon. You are the lock. And I am the key. Choke. The fight was apocalyptic. Alex and Elias collided like twin storms, one of light, one of corruption. Every strike echoed with power that bent gravity, cracked concrete, shattered glass. Reyes arrived too late to intervene. She watched as Alex's body flickered between forms, human and something beyond. "You're not ready," Elias roared. Alex shouted back, "Neither were you." With a burst of will, Alex unleashed a wave of golden force that ripped Elias backward through the wall. Alex collapsed, coughing blood. But Elias stood again, barely damaged. "This world belongs to the evolved," he spat. Alex rose, pain etched into every movement. "Then I'll burn evolution to the ground." Their final clash ignited the corridor in white fire. Reyes screamed Alex's name as the blast swallowed them both. Silence followed the blast. Smoke curled through the air. Reyes stumbled into the ruined corridor, coughing. Where Elias had stood, nothing. Where Alex had fallen, a crater, scorched and glowing. Voren limped beside her, his frame damaged. "He chose the hard path," he said, "and stopped what none of us could." Reyes fell to her knees, tears streaming. "Is he gone?" Voren looked up. "Not gone. Ascended." Suddenly, the obelisk flared. A new message appeared on every screen, in every language. Sequence interrupted. Interface unknown. Standby. The light faded. All was still. And then, from deep underground, a single heartbeat echoed, louder than thunder. Reyes whispered, "He's not done yet." Above them, the sky split open, not from invasion, but from something else trying to escape. Alex drifted in silence. No pain, no form, no gravity, just memory. He saw his childhood, his parents, the day his mother whispered, "You were born for something bigger." Now he understood. The explosion hadn't killed him, it had broken the limits of his form. He wasn't human anymore, not entirely. Suspended in a glowing stasis between matter and code, he floated within the obelisk itself. A voice echoed, not alien but his own, speaking from a place beyond time. "You have bypassed the lock, initiating final access." All at once, galaxies bloomed before him. He saw Earth not as a planet but a node, one of many, long forgotten. He wasn't the key. He was the signal. And something vast and ancient, had heard him. Across the void, a massive shape stirred. Not a ship, not a god. A presence. Awakened. A question followed. Are you ready to receive what you are? Back at the base, Reyes stared at the obelisk's new configuration. It had grown, roots of light spreading along the floor like circuitry. Voren placed a hand on the surface. "He's alive but changed. He is inside the structure now, interfacing." Reyes' eyes narrowed. "Is he in control?" Voren didn't answer. Alarms interrupted them again. Only this time, no sirens. Just light. The skies above the earth shimmered, bending like glass under heat. Then the stars shifted. Reyes watched as one moved unnaturally fast, then another. "They're responding," Voren said. "They've heard him, and now they are coming." Satellites scrambled. Transmission networks fried. The universe was turning its gaze toward Earth. Reyes whispered, "If they come here, we're not ready." Voren looked up. No one ever is. And far beneath them, Alex opened his eyes within the code. Inside the obelisk, Alex now stood on a platform suspended in infinity. Before him, simulations unraveled. Thousands of worlds, each one a version of Earth, each one ending the same, destruction. He saw the truth. Humanity had failed before, many times. This wasn't the first iteration, it was the last. The present spoke again, more clearly now. "You are the final echo, shape your world or erase it." Alex's hands were engulfed in light. Reality obeyed his will. He saw the network, the cosmic web, and in it, Earth's fragile strand. With a single thought, he could sever or reinforce it. "I didn't ask for this," he said. The presence replied, "None ever do. But you were chosen for a reason buried before your birth." Alex closed his eyes. "Then I choose to stand, not for control, but for choice." The presence paused. Then it receded. Fate was now his. Reyes gathered the remaining leadership, scientists, commanders, even Voran. We don't have hours. Whatever's coming is bigger than war. It's choice versus extinction. Voran activated a terminal showing Earth's orbit. A new shape had appeared. A structure the size of the moon, slowly forming from folded space. That's not a fleet, he said. That's a decision engine. A judge. One scientist gasped. They're not attacking. They're evaluating. Reyes clenched her jaw. And if we fail the test? Voran replied. You won't know. You'll simply cease. Then, the obelisk pulsed violently. Energy surged. Alex was returning. Or something like him. Everyone turned toward the chamber as the light condensed, reshaped and stepped forward. Human in silhouette, but something else in essence. Alex had crossed back. And he wasn't alone in his mind anymore. Alex stood before them, not the same, but not lost. His eyes now shimmered with constellations, his voice resonated deeper. It's coming, but we still have a chance. Reyes approached. Are you still you? He smiled faintly. Enough. Voran knelt. The gate recognizes you as sovereign. Alex looked around at the team, the last pieces of human resistance. Then we fight, not with weapons, with will. He raised his hand and the obelisk answered, revealing a new form, no longer a prison or a beacon, but a bridge. We send a message, he said. Not surrender, not defiance, but truth. As the cosmic structure above Earth finished assembling, Alex reached toward it. In that moment, two possibilities hovered in balance: salvation or annihilation. One last chance. One last transmission. Let them see who we are. The sky above Earth split, not violently, but cleanly, like a curtain parting. The galactic structure shimmered fully into view now, casting an otherworldly glow over the planet. From it, beams of pure light descended, scanning, searching. Alex stood beneath the central beam, within the obelisk chamber, arms lowered, face calm. His body radiated energy in perfect rhythm with the light. He had become Earth's interface. Around him, Reyes and the remaining crew watched in silence. Then the voice returned, not spoken but felt. Identity verified. Threshold met. Judgment suspended. Potential acknowledged. The structure paused. No destruction. No salvation. Just recognition. Alex opened his eyes and said, They've seen us, all of us, and they're choosing to wait. The light receded. The structure dimmed. Earth had earned a reprieve, but not peace. The alien structure remained suspended in space, silent, observant. Its judgment postponed, its intent unknown. On Earth, power grids flickered back to life, satellites realigned, and cities emerged from the shadow of extinction. People looked to the sky and asked questions no government could answer. Alex stepped outside for the first time in days. The world felt both familiar and impossibly different. Reyes joined him. So what now? She asked. Alex looked to the horizon. Now, we prepare. They gave us time, that's all. Reyes nodded slowly. Time to heal, or time to ruin ourselves again. He didn't respond. Instead, he closed his eyes, feeling the pulse of the obelisk still faint within him. A whisper stirred, we are not alone, we never were, and we are being watched. In the aftermath, Earth changed. Not politically, not visibly, culturally, spiritually, internally. The story of Alex Renn, the man who stood at the edge of annihilation, spread not through press or force, but whispers and recordings that couldn't be erased. Scientists rebuilt the obelisk chamber, not as a weapon, but as a listening post. Artists painted symbols seen in dreams they never had. Children were born with glyphs on their skin. The world hadn't been saved. It had been rewritten. In hidden corners of Earth, strange frequencies whispered promises to those who would listen. The alien presence never left. It had only gone quiet. Alex, now part human, part interface, wandered alone. Not a leader. Not a prophet. Just a man burdened with knowing too much, and carrying the silence of something that still listened from beyond. Alex returned to the remnants of his childhood home, long abandoned, overtaken by nature and time. He stood in the broken doorway, memories swirling like dust in sunlight. He knelt where his mother once sat reading to him, the exact spot where his journey unknowingly began. Pulling out a small cube of alien origin, he set it in the center of the room. It lit up softly. A hologram of his father appeared, recorded decades earlier. "If you're seeing this, Alex, you survived what I couldn't." The figure looked directly at him. "They feared you because you weren't just built for war. You were made to choose." The message ended. Alex bowed his head, tears tracing down his cheeks. "Then I choose to remember," he said. "Not just what had happened, but what it cost." In the final hours of twilight, Alex stood alone on a high ridge, wind rustling through his coat. The alien structure remained in the sky, now dim, but ever present. As the stars ignited overhead, a final whisper crossed the ether. "This is not the end. Only the observation." Alex watched as a faint pulse traveled from Earth into space, not a distress signal, but an echo. A message in response to all that had come. "The truth has a price," Alex said aloud. "But it also has purpose." Behind him, the world would rebuild. But ahead, the stars loomed. An invitation, a warning. The camera pulled back, high into orbit, showing Earth turning slowly beneath the dark shape above. One signal blinked to life from the obelisk. Phase 4, pending. The galaxy wasn't finished with Earth. And Earth was no longer defenseless.